a reason why they should get in tonight and just play a few snaps.
And that's a good point because we don't know about Jalen Mills, Gardner McLeod as well, Ronald Gardner. We don't know about those guys, and so a lot of the guys.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome into a little live stream here. Gonna go live on my Facebook in a bit. Getting a haircut tomorrow. Anyway, Brandon, how's it going? Tonight was okay. Scott, I'll get back to you on fantasy. One giant rebuttal. I got to get him on, but I'm mostly just focusing on my channel, and I got a couple of film reviews tomorrow. They're not the most exciting. I mean, Dwayne Haskins played a little bit in the second half. I'm going to watch him. I got to watch Sam Darnold, and I watched Darnold a little bit, and Jabari, how's it going, man? I watched Darnold a little bit tonight, and he had that one nice drive, but then other than that, he got bottled up by that Atlanta defense. Greg Williams looked all right. It's just preseason. I didn't really learn a lot. I mean, the Raiders look really, really good. I mean, what Khalil Farrell was able to do to Kyler Murray had a disastrous night. And Darnold, dude, Darnold, in the second and third series wasn't that good, but in the first series he was dropping dimes. He was up and down. Like, the first series was great. He was making back shoulder throws. He looks decent. He was making some good plays across the field tonight. So I'm not going to flip out and say Darnold's going to be. He wasn't completely flawless. Trevor Siemian was absolutely terrible, and Davis Webb tonight. He pretty much had 2 field goals. Webb totally outperformed Siemian tonight. Kyler Murray, just in the face of pressure, he gets out of the pocket. He looks like he's 5'7". It's so startling, and you cannot replace you can't tell about the height of Kyler Murray. You couldn't tell, in the NFL that he was going to look this small. And, I'm not giving up on Kyler Murray, but that line is just so sucky. And I'm not going to give up on Kyler Murray, but he's 5'8". And he looks I don't think he's 5'10". And the line was embarrassing, but Khalil Farrell, and the fact is, you can't replicate, what NFL talent is like. It is one game. I like that Cliff Kingsbury is throwing Kyler Murray into the fire. I'm loving how they're handling Murray, because Murray is a little bit like Johnny Football, right? If Johnny Football got to play immediately, he might keep his head on straight and play well. And the fact is that Kyler Murray in the next game could do better. It's not all going to be perfect. This is preseason. So if to answer your question, casual viewer, if Nick Bosa is actually healthy, I think that the Cardinals just are a sucky team all around. I think Cliff Kingsbury is doing a terrible job. Darnold was really good. He was good. But at the same time, Darnold wasn't perfect in the second and the third drives, and he's not throwing bombs, but Robbie Anderson played really well, Ty Montgomery. The Jets defense did decently tonight. They're still going to give up a lot of points. It was a close game with Atlanta. It was just about tied. And then, you had second stringers, and I don't know. It's just, Haskins, everybody's just really mediocre. Kyler Murray and the ass whipping of the Raiders was the big story, I would say, tonight. I would say that was the biggest story. The thing that Darnold does so well is he eliminates routes that aren't open, and he's having an amazing preseason. But to me, Adam Gase and Ryan Presley is my good friend from Baltimore. I saw that Lamar Jackson touchdown run was trending. I'm definitely a doubter of the Baltimore Ravens, but they're having a great preseason. But really what I learned tonight from watching this tape is it's just very up and down preseason football. I mean, the Eagles game, you couldn't even watch that. The Cardinals look like they're going to be terrible, though. I said the Cardinals had a chance to be good. The Cardinals are just going to be terrible. Maybe Kyler will be good, but that team in day one is not going to be a good football team. The Jets look a little bit better than advertised, but to me, Adam Gase is still Ben McAdoo. I don't think he has the personality to fit in with the highs and lows. I mean, Adam Gase is just a hermit. He watches film. He does not get along with his players. He only sleeps like 4 hours a day. He's a football genius, but at the same time, you got to be a CEO type of guy and manage egos. And I don't know if Adam Gase, to me, could be Ben McAdoo. He could have one good season, but I doubt Adam Gase is there for 3 years. I'm just going to say that right now. Adam Gase will be out in 2 years. I cannot wait for Daniel Jones. He's been the surprise of the preseason. Kyler Murray was nothing. I think Haskins had his moments tonight. If you go back and look at the tape, if I were the Redskins, I'd start Haskins. Adam Gase, to me, could be Ben McAdoo because that's exactly what McAdoo was. He was pretty smart offensive coordinator. He just doesn't have the personality to be a head football coach. But with Greg Williams, I have to admit, I love watching Sam Darnold play football. I know I hate on Sam Darnold. I'm loving this Jets offense. I was laughing to my friends tonight how freaking good the Jets offense was looking on the first drive. And I'm going to pick Sam Darnold in fantasy at like the 15th round. So personality-wise, if Adam can be funny, if he can get along with the guys and ride the wave, it can happen. But in Miami, he went into the cave, you know what I mean? He crawled up into the fetal position in the cave. And the Jets, and also their secondary is really scary. Greg Williams is going to be it's going to be all out blitzing from the Jets. And they're a fascinating team, and I can't wait to see Le'Veon Bell because Ty Montgomery looks really good. But, there's no Brett Hundley stuff. Whose neck is hurt? Whose neck is hurt? But there's no Brett Hundley's going to be taking over. I'm excited to see if Chad Kelly tomorrow night. That's gonna be fun. I mean, I have to admit that Ryan Finley actually looked better than I expected him to look. Luke Falk looked better than I expected. Miles Sanders looks pretty good for the Eagles. Watching Miles Sanders play, but overall, we're not learning a hell of a lot about the preseason. Like even last year, Josh Allen, I could tell Baker Mayfield, this crop of quarterbacks, Drew Lock is going to have a huge night. Drew Lock versus Jimmy Garoppolo. And by the way, Jimmy G and the 5 interceptions, who gives a flying F about the 5 interceptions? I mean, it's just practice. He's just trying things out. Means absolutely nothing. Josh, I'm excited about Devin Singletary as well. I think that he's the future in Buffalo. I think he's going to be the lead back. He reminds me of Matt Forte. He's kind of a bigger guy. He can really cut. And look, Shady McCoy is so old, and Frank Gore is just there as a mentor. This is going to be Devin's show. Devin, by the second half of the year, is going to take this thing over. I honestly have to watch the film on him, but he's such an exciting player out of Oklahoma State. He's so freaking fast, man. It's unbelievable. So for Kyler Murray, I love that he's taking these reps, and he's going to play 3 series next game. I think they hit the road. They go to the Midwest next game. If I'm not mistaken, the Cardinals have 2 road games after this. So the Raiders D was salty tonight. I mean, Khalil Farrell, Jonathan Abram, they were getting so much pressure on Kyler Murray, and that safety was embarrassing. The dude just went into the fetal position in the end zone. That was embarrassing out of Kyler Murray. And I'm going to have to do a whole film review and a whole tape. I did not see the touchdown. Now, he had a couple balls bad down. He had that tipped pass. It doesn't look like he's going to beat out Case Keenum, but I would give him the Kyler Murray treatment. My thoughts are I don't care at all. I mean, people want to argue on social media that it's a big deal. Last year, Patrick Mahomes threw the most interceptions. It's practice. Kyle Shanahan wasn't even with Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm not worried at all. Jimmy Garoppolo, people think that Jimmy Garoppolo is a backup quarterback. The year the Jags made the AFC Championship game, Jimmy Garoppolo threw for 343 yards against that defense. And the fact is, Nick Mullins, come on, Nick Mullins can't throw. You know Nick Mullins can't play starter in this league. Fact is about Jimmy Garoppolo, he beat Tennessee, he beat Chicago on the road, he lit up Jacksonville. He's like 6-1 as a starter. Even last year, he was playing well in that Chiefs game. And if you go back, Minnesota week 1, that was a very tough game to win. Week 2 against Detroit, people will talk about the pick 6 that could have happened. Yeah. They almost blew that game, but they were still to go into Arrowhead and beat Kansas City. Who knows what would have happened? Josh Allen tomorrow is just going to play a quarter. He's going to be maybe up and down. You're not going to learn a whole lot. But you know what is really nice? It was nice of Luke Kuechly to talk about Tremaine Edmunds. He said Tremaine Edmunds reminds Luke Kuechly kind of Luke Kuechly. That is really, really exciting for Bills fans. Tremaine Edmunds, because this is one of the youngest guys in the NFL. And I think that Josh Allen, I'm excited to see Robert Foster still ball out. This guy Dawson Knox is really turning heads in Bills camp. But Tremaine Edmunds, Jerry Hughes, the defensive line of Buffalo, if Ed Oliver can actually play well, I think they have run-stopping guys too, like Washington. What's his name? But from Ohio State, I like Adolphus Washington. But you have Milano, you have Tremaine Edmunds. It's a good linebacking core in Buffalo, and then of course the secondary is ridiculous. The New York Giants play Eli Manning and all the pressure. That's going to be happening. He's going to be playing the Cowboys secondary, and then he gets to play the Bills secondary. That Bills-Jets game is going to be unbelievable. To answer your question about Haskins, he played in the second half. And he was not that good. The Bengals still won that game going away in the second half. If Daniel Jones is playing, that sucks. I'm lockstep with the commissioner there. I'm lockstep with, not the commissioner, I'm lockstep with John Mara in that I want to see Eli play the entire year and just let Jones rest on the bench. I think that with this Giants schedule, with the defense the Giants are going to have with Baker, with Dexter Lawrence, with Lorenzo Carter, I think the Giants could still be a playoff team. So I don't want to see Jones at all this year. I really do not, to be completely honest with you. But Jones will be fun tomorrow against the Chicago Bears. And I don't like teams that carry 4 quarterbacks. Like, it looks like Luke Falk's going to make the team, and it looks like Davis Webb. He had a nice run tonight. He had a pass interference tonight. He overthrew a ball where the guy was clearly covered. He didn't turn it over, which I kind of like to see, but he only threw 5 passes. It was not the most fun experience watching Webb tonight, which I was very excited about, honestly, to watch Webb play. Sam Darnold had some back shoulder balls that were really, really good tonight. Him and Adam Gase are clicking, and we'll see how long Adam Gase is going to be there, and if Adam Gase can really hit this playoff. Can they catch lightning in a bottle for 1 year? But Chris, how are you? Chris Senor. Got to send me your email, man. And we're going to be doing some fun things on this channel with fantasy football and other things. I am, and I'm going to stay loyal to that. Got to stay loyal to that fact, man. So, Chris, let me give you a wrap-up. Kyler Murray was sacked. Kyler Murray was absolutely disgraceful. And Kyler Murray was just, he looked like a little kid. He looked like an 8th grader playing against the Oakland Raiders, man. And even Derek Carr made it look so easy. Cliff Kingsbury looks like a complete buffoon. He has no idea what he's doing. And he was really, really, really bad tonight. He took a safety where he kneeled in the end zone, like where he was making an igloo and he crawled back into his hole. And that's exactly right. He looked like a sad little puppy dog out there. So I said that Kyler Murray would be good in the NFL. And there were still some throws, like a couple of glimmers of hope for Kyler Murray. So tonight, he sucked. But I said Kyler would be good. I'm not going to jump ship. No, I'm not going to be that flaky. But yeah, tonight he was terrible. But guess what? This is rookie year. And I love that the Cardinals are getting him exposed to the NFL game. And this offensive line sucks. This head coach is crazy. This whole organization is honestly nuts. So listen, Kyler Murray, I'm still going to be excited about Kyler Murray. And I'm still going to see Kyler play. And if Kyler sucks, that's another one for you guys. But I was a Kyler Murray fan. I loved the pick. I loved trading Josh Rosen. I liked bringing in Cliff Kingsbury. I think Kyler Murray's going to do very well. This defense is a joke. This roster seems like a joke. And he does not look 5'10 at all. I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch Doug Flutie play. But maybe he was wearing some kind of, I don't know what the hell was happening at the combine, because I know that Kyler Murray's dad has a lot of influence on decision makers in the NFL. I know Kyler Murray's dad is a very tough kind of LeVar Ball helicopter dad. And I think that Kyler Murray got some kind of boost in that kind of capacity. And for everybody that was hating on Kyler Murray before the draft, I mean, he had the best PR thing of all time, and he got Cliff Kingsbury and Arizona to believe in him. Who knows if he would have been there? The pro day was fantastic, but you can't simulate how these guys look, against NFL competition. And Haskins looks a tad slow. Drew Lock has shown flashes, right? But he hasn't had any protection yet. Josh Rosen's looked really good, actually. I like what I see from Rosen. Sam Darnold has not sucked at all. He's been really good in this preseason. One of the best quarterbacks in the preseason. Daniel Jones, 6'5", totally looks the part, has made really good throws. He's not going to be perfect tomorrow probably, but if we get a touchdown drive out of Jones, it will be very good. And more experience, and just got to stay healthy tomorrow for the New York Giants. But, man, preseason will test your patience. Preseason will test your patience. And we are officially 1 week away from preseason football. Best preseason quarterback. Kyle Slaughter used to be good. Chad Kelly's still a beast in the preseason. Ryan Finley is a beast in the preseason. Chase Daniel, I don't know. Brett Hundley looked all right in the preseason tonight. Maybe Deshaun Kaiser. Deshaun Kaiser looked really good in the preseason. Oh, Hoyer. Yo, you're so right. Hoyer actually looks really legit. Like, he throws those slant routes under pressure. Brian Hoyer looks legit. Tom Savage, Brian Hoyer, Kellen Clemens, Bryce Petty. There's a lot of guys. Geno Smith, Cardale Jones. I don't know. Hey, Paxton Lynch. Paxton had a really good preseason the other day. Paxton Lynch. Kyle Allen. Kellen Clemens. I love Kellen Clemens too. I love Kellen, and he just settled in to that backup role. Hoyer has the touch. The thing about Brian is he holds on to the ball too damn long. His mistakes, he'll make bad mistakes, and he has zero. He cannot stretch the field. Cannot stretch the field at all. Cannot make a 40-yard throw. They're all in the intermediate range. So down the field, his balls will hang on him. It's kind of like Gardner Minshew. Like, Gardner Minshew was so good in college. Gardner Minshew was so good in college. And he's just nothing in the NFL now. And it's hard to replicate it. The Senior Bowl doesn't do it justice. Jarrett Stidham actually looks really freaking exciting because Stidham has the ability to play. Greer, Ryan Finley, these other guys, they're doing fine in the preseason, but who has the arm strength to actually play on Sundays? And Jarrett Stidham does. Chad Kelly is fun to watch. Like, Chad Kelly has talent that's really, really fun to watch. So, Kyler Murray, I can't wait to see how the kid responds to this adversity because he hasn't really had this adversity ever in his life. And I'm going to go over the tape. It's really bad tape. There wasn't a whole lot of great tape tonight. Maybe Sam Darnold had his moments, but overall the defense is winning. I'm sorry, Easton Stick and the kid out of Brett Rippon, they're just too small, and I don't think that they have the arm talent to ever be that successful, but they're sometimes fun watches. I do not. Great question. Because you have Buckner inside. So I still like the Nick Bosa pick, okay? Freak injuries. He's a solid player. He's a tactician, and he has bloodlines in the NFL. Great question. Best arm talent I've ever seen. It's probably Pat Mahomes. Smallville. Garrett, I've been trying to get your number, man. I still have the same number. Sam looked fine. I'm just hating too much, I think. But still, Sam Darnold, I want to see him, I guess, maybe make the deep throws. So, yeah, but still, if you could find my number, you'll hit me up after the show. But Sam Darnold still is he's making great back shoulder throws. It's crazy what Sam is doing. The best arm talent I've seen is Mahomes. It's Josh Allen. Lalo Pass, what's up, man? Thank you for coming into the stream, man. I can't wait. Niners and Broncos, those are both of the two teams that I have seen, so I cannot wait. Great questions tonight. Best quarterback coming out is Tua Tagovailoa. The second quarterback coming out, probably Herbert. I don't think Herbert's going to suck. I love Herbert's work ethic. I love he's 6'6". He can run. He has good arm talent. I don't think he's going to take over the league like Tagovailoa, but Herbert is a good quarterback. He is going to be solid. Herbert's going to be solid, and he has a great demeanor, great head on his shoulders, okay? Guy was at Oregon. He wasn't a high recruit. I think that Tua is going to be awesome, though, in the NFL. Quick release, deadly accurate. Guy just finds completions. Very, very good. Hey, David, how are you? I haven't been up to Eugene to see him, but I've heard some of his interviews, and his interviews are very good. Jordan Love out of Utah State is another guy that's getting a lot of buzz. Spencer Sanders from Oklahoma State, Corral. A couple of other guys will be fun to watch. Nick Starkel. So he's right-handed, like he writes with the right hand. That's like the opposite of Ben Simmons. It's the opposite of Ben Simmons, who's kind of like a righty too. Yes, Jordan Love at Utah State, but now without Matt. For Matt Wells. Who the heck knows about Love? Listen, Daniel Jones should be fun. I cannot wait. I got a little piece last week of watching Daniel Jones, and I cannot wait for tomorrow. I am dying to see Daniel Jones play more football. And Eli Manning in the preseason, he's going to have to do decently well. But for Jones, I guess it's more exciting for Kyler and Haskins since they are going to be playing. I'll message you on Twitter soon. I know that Jones is not going to be playing, but I'm still excited to see him play in the preseason. And also, it's Jameis versus Josh Rosen tomorrow. What a game. Tomorrow night in the primetime too, Dolphins and Buccaneers, a little Bruce Arians offense, a little film review to do on that. And then you get to see Drew Lock versus the return of Jimmy Garoppolo on Monday Night Football. Could it get any better? Great question. Big Blue for Life asked about Matt Rule and Temple. Matt Rule was great at Temple. Charlie Brewer's a decent quarterback. They are not going to be like an 8. They'll probably be like 7 or 8 wins. They're still not going to completely be awesome like an Iowa State or even an Oklahoma State has more talent. I will do the Darnold review. I'll eat my pride a little bit. Sam is turning it around. Sam's just such a nice kid. He's like kind of the opposite of Baker Mayfield. Like I used to be the biggest Mayfield guy, but since Baker Mayfield is kind of acting like a complete punk, since he's talking about all this hate, he's rallying everybody in, saying that they're the underdog and everybody hates him. Sam Darnold is modest, he's quiet, he's salt of the earth, he's a nice California kid, and I don't know. I've kind of felt guilty for knocking him. I'm finding myself rooting more for Sam Darnold and Adam Gase. Adam Gase is such a knucklehead with him snorting that freaking salt and him ordering pizza every night and him completely, Adam Gase's whole house is decorated with notebooks. Adam Gase's entire house is full of notebooks. He is like Nightcrawler, like freaking, what's his name? Gyllenhaal Nightcrawler, where he's like that guy Lou. He is just the creepiest character in the world, his whole house is full of notepads. And he raced Peyton Manning the day when his son was born. Adam Gase, the day that his son was born, Adam Gase to his wife's like, see ya, I gotta beat Peyton Manning. I got to beat Peyton Manning the practice. Adam Gase, the day his son was born, was like, I got to get going. I got to beat Peyton Manning the practice. Adam Gase literally drove a pizza business out of business because, or he kept them in business. He only eats pizza every day. He is a beautiful mind. He is the Goodwill Hunting of the NFL. He is kind of Ben McAdoo in that he's a complete like sociopath that I don't think he can relate to the players. So it's fun. New York Jets football with Quinnen, Le'Veon Bell, so much fun. The Falcons and all these other preseason teams, the Eagles and the Jaguars were terrible. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't expect Nick Foles with the weapons around him. What do they have? Sterling Cole, D.D. Westbrook, Leonard Fournette, an offensive line on paper with Lindor, with Andrew Norwell, Cam Robinson coming back healthy. G-Man 409, yes. You're Coach O there. The thing is about the thing I was going to say, I lost all my train of thought. But I was going to talk about Jacksonville. I don't know if Nick Foles, I don't trust Nick Foles. He's barely stayed healthy for a year. That just seems like a sucker bet. Joseph, I don't know if I'm going with Finley, dude, because I don't know if he has that dog in him. You know how John Gruden got on Mike Glennon because Glennon's personality is too bland? I think that we need to give a little Baker Mayfield into Mike Glennon, into Ryan Finley. Finley needs to have a little bit of swag. He needs to dominate the locker room. His personality's way too bland. Okay? And we need Finley to get a little bit of that tiger, that dog in him. And he's an all right quarterback, but he's not fast enough, okay? He reminds me of, I'm not going to say Ryan Mallett, because Mallett had a good arm, but he just gets sacked all the time. He is just not that good. You could go down the list of quarterbacks, and Finley is just so bland. He's never going to be in that limelight. He's never going to get that opportunity to really be successful. He's a complete journeyman. He's a complete Bruce Gradkowski. He's a Charlie Batch. He's every backup quarterback in the NFL. He is a Schaub. He is a Yates, a TJ Yates. He's a Tom. He's just so boring. Will Greer. Will Greer is a little bit of spunk to him. You know, Will Greer had that horns down thing. He took the roids out of Florida. And Will Greer has touch. Will Greer could get rid of the football. And Will Greer kind of has a personality a little bit. But I don't think he has the arm talent. Interesting point. Now, the thing is about Shurmur is that the Giants and our fan base loves Shurmur. So let me answer your question, Ariane, real quick. I think that Wentz is poised to have a pretty decent year. Miles Sanders looks good. Carson Wentz is a great talent, and he is better than Dak Prescott just from a talent standpoint. So, yeah, Carson Wentz, I am afraid of Carson. Now, that defense is certainly up for debate. But let's talk about Pat Shurmur. Shurmur is not getting fired, as David has also answered. Shurmur, we have a really good kind of culture, the Giants, and I don't want to see the Giants be very impulsive movers. I don't want to see the Giants just fire people, and because we've had so much instability with the Giants for a long time, Pat Shurmur has won over the locker room. The players love Pat Shurmur. Dave Gettleman and Shurmur have made very important moves that I think were great and ballsy moves, getting guys like Odell, Landon Collins, and Snacks Harrison out of the locker room. This locker room's as tight of a locker room as I've seen. This Giants team is a special team to watch, and Shurmur completely owns the locker room. And with Daniel Jones, with the young players, there needs to be one coach only. 5-11 would be a complete disaster, even with injuries. 5-11 would be horrific. So Pat at least has this year, next year, and 3 more years. But I even think Shurmur can win a Super Bowl. I think he is talented enough to do it. You look at Ron Rivera and Dan Quinn. You look at Doug Peterson, who got to a Super Bowl. Mike Zimmer got to an NFC Championship game. Frank Reich almost got to a Super Bowl. I think Pat Shurmur can do this. I think Pat Shurmur can do this. I will talk about that, absolutely. MVP, Joseph, great question. What up, David? Am I done hating on Sam Darnold? We got to actually see some real, regular season games, but the guy's looking awesome. And with the change of scenery, what Adam is doing, there's a chance that for this year it could be good. Now, I'm on record as saying that this Adam Gase thing isn't going to last. This personality in New York in front of the media and everything, I think eventually you're going to see some Jarvis Landrys and some Jay Ajayi's turn up at Jets camp. So he hasn't even done it in a game. My MVP predictions for this year, I don't want to say Mahomes again. I'm probably going to say Mitchell Trubisky has a decent chance. I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Garoppolo have their chances. Joe Flacco, if he has the season of all seasons, is a dark horse to have an MVP type of year. If Saquon can get the Giants to the playoffs. So to answer your question, let's go Trubisky. And I'm so ready for college football, G-Man 409. You live down, I believe you're a Texas guy, so you live right in Longhorn country. And the Big 12 this year, I cannot wait to see Florida, Miami, Tate Martell. How funny was that story? I didn't do a video on it. I probably should have. But that was one of the most exciting newsworthy stories with Tate Martell. If you guys watch Quarterback One, Jaron Williams winning the job there. And also this Jaden Samuels kid out of Jaden Daniels or something out of Arizona State. He looks like really, really good. I'm so excited to watch him play. Dak is being selfish. There's no doubt. Take the money. You need to take the money so Cooper, Byron Jones, and the Wolf Hunter and Jalen Smith can all get paid. Dak right now, it's crazy. Like everybody's holding out in the NFL. Like nobody is just taking money anymore. Nobody, look at Tom Brady, look at the great players, they take money. And I know Dak's trying to get his, but come on, you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. That is the most coveted position in sports. You're a 4th-round pick out of Mississippi State. You're a 4th-round pick out of Mississippi State, and you're living the dream. Other than being the shortstop for the Yankees like Derek Jeter, the best position in the world in sports is the quarterback of the Cowboys. You have Staubach, you have Troy Aikman. I mean, come on. You grew up a Southern kid, and you're the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. I mean, even as a Giants fan, I can admit Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, it's probably the most special place maybe in the entire NFL. It makes the most money. It's the most marketable. It is really the Mecca is really in Texas Stadium. That's the Mecca of football. He's living the dream. 4th-round pick. Tony Romo gets hurt. And if he made $25 million, this defense is so good. He has Kellen Moore, his guy. They got him Amari Cooper. Jerry Jones got him Kellen Moore, his own buddy, to be his coach. It's perfect, man. I just don't get it. Like, that's a ton of money, and it's not like you're Rodgers. It's not like you're Russ Wilson and have won Super Bowls, man. You're just starting out your career. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott might have more, because running backs don't get paid, and Ezekiel Elliott is a superstar at that position, so he has more beef. That stadium is incredible. And the Dallas Cowboys, you can't argue with the facts. They are the money in the NFL. I don't know if Dak's an idiot. I think he's a pretty smart guy. I know that when he was younger, he went down to Panama City, had that dumb thing, but I mean, he carries himself really well. This is just stupid. Dak Prescott, out of all the quarterbacks in the NFL, he's one of the most intelligent. It's just his agent right now. It's just annoying as hell. Top 5 offenses and defenses. I did my NFL pick. Jadeveon Clowney is going to be fascinating to see where that dude goes. My Eagles friend wants Jadeveon Clowney. Who can actually afford Clowney? Could like the Lions or somebody give Clowney? What is he worth? Like a 3rd-round pick? How much money is he? $16 million. I don't know if he could stay on the field. Dude, Brian B. Gaming. He's looking good. He's looking good. Clowney on the Jets would be absolutely perfect. Just thinking about it now. Especially since Anthony Barr didn't come, right? You need an outside pass rusher. So, yeah. I mean, teams that need it. Maybe the Saints. A team that's looking to win a championship. Could you imagine Jadeveon Clowney on the Buffalo Bills with Jerry Hughes? That would be just nuts. Yeah. Yeah, and it's a 2nd. I would love Jadeveon. If Jadeveon Clowney was on the Giants, that would be, oh, man. I wouldn't lie, it would be kind of really fun. I've always been a Clowney fan, obviously, with his time in the SEC. I believe he was a South Carolina kid. That Michigan hit was amazing. He's a freak. He's been a good NFL player. He's like Mario Williams reminds me of Mario Williams, like the same pick. He's been good. Dude, Manny, how are you, man? The Raiders were unbelievable. Let me do a John Gruden. We played really well tonight. We were able to get the Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray's going to be a really good quarterback in the NFL, but we were able to execute on the Derek Carr Spider 2Y banana, and I tell you, this Kyler Murray kid, I mean, he needs a couple of more years of seasoning, but you know what? I look at this Kyler Murray kid, I think Kyler Murray can be pretty good. I think Kyler Murray just needs time. It's a little John Gruden. Let's talk about the top 5 offenses and defenses. Top 5 defenses. Chicago Bears. I'm putting the Giants in there. I don't really care. Chargers. Chargers are good. Chargers, Bears. Not going to say the Lions. Not going to say the Vikings. Let's go out to Denver. Okay, Denver is in the top 5 defensively. And Maybe, yeah. Well, are the 49ers a top 5 defense? I'm not sure. Houston's kind of old. I like, oh yeah, Dallas and maybe Jacksonville. Jacksonville's an opportunity. Not so that's good. The Bills too. I'm gonna go with Bills, Cowboys. I am gonna put the Giants in there. I really am. I am gonna put the Giants in there. Who else is going to fill out my top 5 of defenses? A lot of votes for the Niners. This is a Niner Empire channel. Broncos, and then the Niners. You know what we're doing next week? We're going to break down some Niners film. In terms of the best offenses in the league, let's go with Aaron Rodgers. Let's go with Mahomes. Let's go Jimmy G and Kyle Shanahan. I don't know if I'm putting Sean Payton in that list. I don't know if Matt Ryan's going to take that step or not. The Eagles do have a great offense, okay? I like Carson Wentz, Alshon Jeffrey, Ertz, Goddard. Eagles are in the top 5 for offense. I really do think so. And then Kansas City. So those are kind of top 5. Marcus Mariota all day long. Screw Ryan. Ryan Tannehill is nothing. Mariota won a playoff game. Mariota, I'm not that excited about it, but yo, Jet Central, what up, boy? What up, Central? Central just got out. Just got out of work, man, and you got a whole night of football to digest. He looks like Jamarcus Russell. Well, all your Kyler Murray haters are going to have a fun week. He's not eating donuts like Jamarcus Russell. He's opposite, though. He cares about football. That's why I'm still sticking with Kyler. I'm going to watch the heck out of this Broncos game because I'm kind of moving forward. Josh Rosen, I know. Flores is a disaster. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of stuff kind of on my own. I mean, I got to talk to One Giants Rebuttal. I'm kind of doing a lot of stuff on my own, like kind of with my channel, but I really do like the YouTube community. I really love the guys that put out content. I'm just kind of sticking to my own, digesting the football season because it's a wild time, and I'm still trying to get things in order with channel, with life, with everything going around. So if I could pop on for a live stream here or there, I'm going to do it, especially after preseason, doing a lot of film reviews. But the guys on YouTube, there's so many great collabs out there for sure, like you talked about. So I'm going to leave in about 2 minutes. We're going to go to 43 tonight. This audience, guys, you've been tremendous. You've stayed with me the whole show. It's been a wonderful crowd. And my friend, Lil Yankee King, is in the house. I don't really want Jadeveon Clowney. It's too much. The second round pick. The Giants, I just think with Lorenzo Carter, like you have with the X-Man, Dexter Lawrence. So yeah. Oh, G-Man 409. Yeah, yes. G-Man 409. Tomorrow will be an awesome time. I can't wait for Bears and Giants. I can't wait. And then we get Rosen versus, for Jet Central, you're a big Rosen guy. We get Rosen versus Arians tomorrow night. We get Dolphins and Bucks. That's as good of a doubleheader as you're going to get in the NFL season because we get Fitzy versus Rosen. We get to see Jameis play. It is going to be, I can't wait. Tomorrow night's doubleheader. I love that the Giants have Eli and Daniel Jones. It's 2 quarterbacks to watch. Great defense. Let's get Jones in versus the great defense. 7:30 tomorrow night. So I can't wait. We'll see. I don't think Rosen's bad at all. I think that he had some throws. Zay Juice, I can't wait for Drew Lock. It's going to be Flacco. Lock has a ways to go, but that offensive line he plays with is terrible. But Monday night, of course, Niners and Broncos will be a treat as well. Alrighty, guys, thanks so much. Take care, y'all. Have a beautiful